Hello, my name is Leonie and this is a video for Prullenke.com. In this 5-minute Friday I want to help you navigate your way in figuring out what you need as a beginner card maker. The next thing you'll need is ink. To start off with, black ink. I recommend the Memento Tuxedo black ink. It is suitable for all porous surfaces. It is an ink that works well with alcohol markers, and if you allow the ink some time to dry properly, it also works well with watercolor paints or other water-based media. And it's a nice dark black color, so I can definitely recommend it. When it comes to colored ink pads, we have some 50 different ink colors in the Stampin' Up range, and I talked a little about this in a previous video. Colours are personal, so the only advice I can give about them is choose the colours you love. Start with a selection of about 3 colours that combine well together and start with that. If you know you're going to make lots of nature-inspired cards, keep that in mind. This colour combination is probably not that great for you. It would be smarter to pick a green and a coral and any neutral colour to go with them. However, if you want to make bright springtime cards, then it might be better to choose a colour combination like this. Now, one thing that can be very useful when looking for inspiration for colour combinations is to look in the catalogue in this section with the papers. You will find the cardstock packs here, and those of course are excellent jumping off points to choose your colour combinations, and pick those ink pads because you know that these will definitely match and make a pretty combination. Then you'll need something to stamp on. I've tried many different papers in the years in which I've been crafting, but Stampin' Up's Whisper Wide cardstock is without a doubt a beautiful cardstock. It is extremely smooth, it's nice to touch, it takes ink beautifully, and it is well suited for an array of different techniques. However, you do need to take care you don't get it too wet or it will start pilling. Another thing you will need is a good pair of scissors. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the Stampin' Up paper snips yet because I already owned this pair when I signed up and I've used them for years. Anyway, you need some good scissors with a nice sharp point to be able to fussy cut images, and also you need a good paper trimmer. Now, Stampin' Up's paper trimmer is unlike any. It comes with a cutting blade and a scoring blade. The rulers are marked in centimeters as well as in inches. It has a cutting guide which can be replaced or easily cleaned, and judging by mine, it looks like I should get on that. The back side is fitted with a storage compartment which can house spare blades. It also has an extendable arm with a foot for extra stability, so you can cut even larger sizes of paper. The fact that this area here to the left of the cutting guide also has some markings makes it really easy to cut thin strips of paper. So this is a trimmer that I highly recommend. The last thing I want to make recommendations about is adhesive. First off, the Tombow Multi-Mono Liquid Glue. You can use this for everything. It has a broad tip on one end for when you need to cover large areas. The other end is a fine tip. When you apply the glue to adhere something, you have a little bit of a wiggle room to make sure everything is in its place before it sets, but it will dry super quickly, so you don't need to wait 10 minutes before you can continue working on your card. Another advantage is that you can choose to apply the glue, let it dry, in which case it becomes a repositionable glue, so you can use it to stick something down and then reposition it to a different place. So this can be handy for certain techniques, such as for masking, for example, when you need to protect an area from ink. It really is a fantastic glue, and I honestly don't know how I ever did without it. Next up are dimensionals. They are foam adhesive blocks that add some thickness and dimension to your projects. There are many different kinds of these by many different brands, but none are as strong as these ones by Stampin' Up. these dimensionals will certainly stay put. Once they're stuck down, they're not going anywhere. And this makes them ideal because you don't need to be afraid of anything falling off your card, even after going through the whole mailing process. When you use these dimensionals, everything will stay in its place. Now, I believe there are 3 sheets of these in a pack, which gives you all of these hexagons, but you can also cut up and use all of these side bits. Finally, I need to mention glue dots. These mini glue dots, they are ideal for attaching small embellishments such as sequins or small flowers, or to attach a small bow, or to keep a piece of ribbon in its place. There are lots of alternatives to many of the things I mentioned today, or you can expand on them or go as mad with them as you like, but use your common sense. Keep your budget in mind and remember what you want to make and what you need in order to do that. It is very easy to get lost in the wonderful things that are available, but try to assess first if it's really something that you need. That's it for this 5-Minute Friday. I hope you found it useful. If you're thinking, hey, I really miss this item from Leonie's list of products for beginners, then please let me know in the comments below. If you decide after seeing this video that you're missing items for yourself, or that you want to place an order or anything, you can get in touch with me at leonie@perlica.com. And otherwise, I would love to see you again next week for the next installment of the 5-Minute Friday. See you then. Bye.